Okie dokie.
Okay, dokie then.
This is sports stuff, betting stuff.
Yeah, ciao.
A ka-chow type of day, type of week. It is. This is Sports Stuff Betting Stuff, number one sports betting podcast coming out of the Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff Enterprise. I'm your host, the original degenerate, Muff. Hello, fans.
Hello, Muff. Hello, Muff.
Hello, fans. Joined alongside the medical degenerate, the man with the plan, the winner from something that rhymes with winner. Sinner?
That's a strong
Yeah.
accusation. We're all
Yeah.
sinners, though.
Alex.
That's me.
And last but certainly, but potentially least,
Definitely at least this year.
the Ohio Homer, the Ohio degenerate, and the capo of the Midwest Crack House, Jim.
I'm gonna go with member right now of the Midwest
Uh,
Crack
Oh,
House.
yeah, I forgot if you listened to the other show, then you would know that Jim felt a little showed up.
I did. I did.
I don't think you're questioning your fanhood. I think you're questioning the the fanaticism of your fanhood.
Yes. My place inside the crack house, if you will.
So what does that mean? Does that mean you're all like on the step down stuff that's cut up a little bit more, not
I
as
like to
not
think of
as
myself
heavy?
I'm at the entry. I haven't gotten to the kitchen, if you will.
Okay. Alex, I don't know how this translates to the people you see come in and out of the hospital on a daily basis, but
Uh,
Jim's coming in with hope to live.
Yeah,
that's good. That's usually where we like you to start.
right.
I hope that's where you want him to start.
Be
S-
surprised.
surprising.
I said you would be surprised.
All right. Well, I'm not sure how the rest of the world feels, but I mean, I still have my totem, my token, my item of good luck, the light, which is transitioned and not done poorly for me. Alex, I don't see anything here. Bud?
I have mine right here because I'm staying warm, staying hot, rolling into the end of the season. It could be cold as Kansas City, and I am still ready to go.
Your record would indicate that you're lukewarm.
Uh, Overall, I'm pretty hot, Mr. Bottom of the Barrel.
Right, but like your last week
Yes,
you
last week
tried to go low on
a
the number of
losing.
games.
Yeah, I would have gone 1-3 if it wasn't for you. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I hate you. Just so people know, Alex's item of good luck is a Carhartt beanie. I wouldn't
Yep,
call that a
toboggan.
toboggan.
It's a toboggan. It folds.
Is that,
Oh, here
well,
we
hold on.
go.
Is that the
Here we
definition?
go.
Is that the definition? We may need to have a discussion here.
Yes,
That is
yes,
the
that's right. That's
definition.
how I delineate between a toboggan and a beanie. It's what me and my friends came to as an agreement because I call them all toboggans usually, and they're like, "Your beanie," and I'm like, "No, it's a toboggan." Sometimes I
What?
call it my snow cap, and they don't like that.
Well, I mean, that's very functional. What is a toboggan with poof on the top?
Ooh, if it folds up, it's a toboggan.
Called a tassel cap?
I've never
Oh
personally called
my.
it a tassel cap, but I might start.
Hmm. All right, Jim, what's your item of good luck now?
I got this hat, and it's not really. It's a stand-in for the Kraken hat because the Kraken hat's where I ran a drift. So I've changed hats. I'm not sure I like it. It's keeping me afloat until next season. We
Jim's
shall see.
hat, which is, I would most accurately describe it as Peaky Blinders Junior.
It's redneck Peaky Blinders. It's denim.
It's a good accessory to the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
That is how we'll use Jim's new his stand-in token.
Yeah.
His stand-in item, good luck. Um, as you can all figure at this point, there aren't many games left. There aren't many games to talk about from last week, so we're just kind of making this happen.
Well, before we dive into football,
Yeah. Oh.
I bet on the Kraken game against Columbus.
Hmm.
That was a winner. But you, sir, did a little dabbling on the ice.
I did. I did. FanDuel was offering me a profit boost, and I had a free bet from this past weekend in the football games, a risk-free bet, and I doubled down on two bets in let me find what game it was. It was the Senators and the Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
And this would have been on Wednesday night, Tuesday night. So on Tuesday night, we're recording on Wednesday for the weekend's games. On Tuesday night, I did a little double dip with the Avalanche to win money line and puck line in two separate bets. Over 6.5 goals,
Mm-hmm.
and Brady Tkachuk to have 4+ shots on goal after a little bit of research that day, and I won both of them. One at plus 379 odds and one at plus 814 odds.
So
I
go ahead, Alec.
no, I was just gonna say I actually bet on NBA this week.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
I'm
had
going to
a
put a pause on you for a second because
okay,
I want to dive back into hockey.
okay,
Then we'll talk about some NBA.
you're fine.
So, how are you getting individual player bets? So, for instance, right now,
Mm-hmm.
I went to more NHL on FanDuel,
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 our exclusive betting app. FanDuel,
FanDuel,
Alex,
FanDuel.
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 I wanted to bet on the Kraken game,
Okay.
but let's say I wanted to bet on individual players inside the Kraken game.
What specifically with individual players?
And it might be an Ohio thing. There's not an option to even sniff a single individual player bet. The only thing I have
Just
is
for
the
just
spread money line total, 60-minute money line three-way.
what?
That's called 60-minute money line three-way.
A what?
I'd have to say it again.
Three-way
Is it a two-way?
It's a three-way.
at 360.
Kraken, tie, or the Oilers.
Right.
I have the correct score. I have total goals,
Mm-hmm.
and will there be an overtime? Then I go to the same game parlay. It's all of those things. That's all I have for that game. So did
Right.
you do your bet live?
Okay, first off, all of those games are tomorrow,
That's what I'm asking. So is your game? What did you do yours live?
day of. They have to confirm who's
Who's
active
playing?
before they'll
Okay.
put in that. Yes, so you can't bet that far in advance and get all of the shots, how many shots on goal. Um, there's a lot of interesting options when you look at the same game parlays in the NHL. I don't think FanDuel has as many as some others, but you can parlay shots on goal. And let me look at the live bets right now. I think there's some other options. This is just what I was looking at. I did a
Got
puck
you.
line, money line, shots on goal. Right now, if I'm looking at a live same game parlay in the NHL, you can do alternate lines, total goals per team, highest scoring period, how many goals over under in a certain period. It looks like live you cannot bet the shots on goal stat.
That's what I was looking at too. All right. So then my question for you,
You
sir.
also FanDuel does not allow one of the like over under points per player. You can bet on goals, but I don't think you can bet on like points. So an assist is a point.
You did research, you said, in the text message to us.
I did.
What research did you dive into?
Uh, I got onto X, formerly known as Twitter, and I did a
Uh-huh.
little search on NHL stats. And let me see the actual person I came across after some diving into people that meant nothing to me, that they had any type of opinion on the matter. I finally fell upon, may not find. I don't think I searched for the person. But this person had looks like they do research most days, and they provide a best bet on money line. They've provided a best bet on puck line. They've provided a best bet on shots on goal, as well as some other individual statistics, which I could not bet on FanDuel. But right, it was pretty interesting. I enjoyed diving into what this person had put together. There was a lot of trending stats.
I think this might scratch the betting itch for me during the off season. I'm not
Oh.
gonna go crazy, but I might
it's
put a bet every now and then.
I
something to
like
mess
betting.
with.
I like doing the same game parlay type hockey things with like goal scorers and stuff like that. I'm big into
Yeah.
like touchdown scorers. So I think that's kind of fun. Or honestly, in hockey, I don't even so much do a parlay. I just like pick one and throw a few bucks down on it.
Right. Right.
There you go.
But you bet on NBA this go
I
round.
did. I had a bonus bet that could only be used on the NBA. It was $25 bonus bet,
Mm-hmm.
free bet. And I put it on the Celtics to cover 2 days ago, -6.5, and they did. I knew
Was
nothing.
it
I just picked it.
on the FanDuel?
It was on the FanDuel.
Wow.
I don't even know how I got it. It just was like, hey, you want this $25 free bet for the NBA? And I was like, yeah. And I had to use it this week, so I used it.
Use it, you did.
I
See,
don't know how
Jim,
you guys are
this is
getting
what
there.
happens when you dig into this stuff.
I know, but I don't get these profit boosts or these $25 free bets.
Bet size has to. You could
That's
get
probably yeah.
$5. You might get $5 ones here and there.
Yeah.
They're not looking at small change here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to say it, even though I don't know if any of us are really tracking anything right now. You can follow us all on the Action app. You can follow Jim.
I wouldn't, but it this, the Bucketville Butcher. I'm
What?
probably gonna change Bucketville Butcher.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna change that next year as well.
To
I don't know. We'll see.
Turble.
Terrible.
Alex?
I am at Real Medical Degenerate. I think I have logged 2 weeks
Yep.
this year.
Alex, who has the
But
best
you never
record,
know.
is putting them out least into the Action app world.
I don't maybe for $1 a week from I'm gonna make people subscribe to me.
Ooh.
You put behind a paywall.
$1
Phew,
for the season.
nuts.
I might get $3.
Nuts. Yeah, two from me and Jim,
Yeah.
and then a pity dollar from one of his daughters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aw, you need somebody else. Here's $1. And you can follow me at CMcPherson20. Yeah, I'm gonna change that to something next year. I feel like I'm not allowed to change it to Muff. I think I tried
No.
this once. It
Yeah.
just like
You
I
did.
can't name my brackets and stuff
Yep.
like that. It says, "Oh, this is dirty.
This is dirty.
You're a
They
dirty,
need the real.
dirty man." Um, last call for the bowl pick'em.
So we just gonna say
If the
looking
winner
for wins is
looking for wins does not present themselves to any member of the group, you will not get the super cool prize that's going to come from Harper
Prizes?
and Company.
so we give them a deadline. What's the deadline? By the next betting show?
Deadline is by the Super Bowl,
Oh, that's fair.
but
That's
we're not
fair.
necessarily going to continue to hound this person either. Either
Yeah.
they're listening and they figure it out, or they're not and they don't get it.
They're not real listeners.
They ain't part of that loyal listener club.
No. No.
All right, after a lengthy intro with a lot of useless information for you all to hear about hockey betting and
Let's get
whatnot,
into the show.
let's get into last week's recap, starting with the blue ribbon winner for this past week, me. I went
You're off.
4
I
and
think you
1.
call yourself the blue ribbon winner. That's just corny.
I mean, he was.
Yeah, but the blue ribbon winner.
Take your denim hat and march north of the border, buddy.
No, thank you.
Okay? We figure out what's all about up there.
All about.
Dolphins Chiefs under 44.5 was a winner. Packers Cowboys over 50.5, very much a winner. Rams +3, just barely squeaked that one out. In Detroit is a winner. And Eagles Bucks under 43.5, also a winner. I put an asterisk, even though it's included in my record, and I will not take it away, next to the Steelers Bills under 36.5, which was a loss, because I was banking on them playing in blizzard-like conditions. That did not happen. Went 4 and 1 for the week, 69-67 for the year for a 507 winning percentage. I have climbed back up over 500.
Good job, Muff.
Good
Yeah,
job.
thanks, guys. Next, Jim.
I lost the Eagles -3 at the Bucks. I lost the Lions -3 with the Rams. Lost that Cowboys bet. Won the Texans game. Texans +2.5 against the Browns. and won the under in the Dolphins Chiefs game, 44.5.
How do you feel as somebody that's been on the Cowboys for, I'd say, the last half of the season? You've been consistently on them to find out that Mike McCarthy is returning as the Cowboys head coach.
Shocked. I thought that would be the first head to roll in Jerry land. So yeah, I would say I'm surprised.
What do you think needs to be step one to success next year in the offseason?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly,
Find a defensive coordinator. Step
yeah.
one.
I mean, how do you build consistency with this team? Because there's times when they play and you're just like, holy shit, like they're world beaters, and then a week later you're like, oh, there's the Cowboys.
The team I've been looking for.
Yeah. So I don't know.
All right. Alex?
I in the bottom of the barrel this week. I am the not no ribbon winner. I get a participation trophy this week. I was 1-2, bringing my total record to 68, 52, and 2, and a 557 winning percentage. I won the sole game I won is the Texans plus 2.5 versus the Browns, which I will admit, I actually flopped on that game. I was thinking Browns and I ended up going with the Texans. So I could have gone over. I lost the Lions -3 versus the Rams. They won but didn't cover, and I lost the Eagles -3 at the Bucks outright.
I contend that it's still a good win for us. Yeah, we lost the Lions game.
Yeah, but I was still pumped that the Lions won.
Right. It was still a victory for us. Because we get to bet on them again this week.
Yep, exactly.
There is an opportunity to continue to follow that Lion train, the brand new Lions doing big things. Hopefully in Detroit, where weather is a factor.
Maybe.
Depends
Could
what
be.
you ask. What reporter you get involved with in that discussion. Which brings us into our specialty picks, starting with the Mike All-Star Hit Stick Pick of the Week.
Pow, pow.
It was a loss as we had taken Eagles to cover 3 against the Bucks, bringing the All-Star Hit Stick pick to 9-11 for the season.
Ooh, so if this boy's a loser, does Mike change his name? I mean, it's 2 years running as Mike.
I feel like that's a discussion that has to be had.
Yeah.
Mike hasn't been a terrible loser. Mike, the risky pick has been bad.
Second place is just the first
Sometimes.
loser.
That's right.
All right. Well, it's a discussion to be had. In the Midwest Mobster Risky Pick of the Week,
Get out of here.
we had another win as we took the Texans moneyline Dogs hosting the Browns, which brings the Midwest Mobster to 14-6 for the year.
That's a good pick.
Talking about a blue ribbon winner, we have found it.
Yes, we have.
That is a 700 winning percentage.
That's awesome.
For
I'm proud of us.
Moneyline Doges. We did not do any type of parlay. Not a lot to choose from. So
I think
la vie.
Alex should have to pick all four games this week.
I don't know if we can force Alex to pick.
I think we should have to. I think that's like. So what's he gonna allow? Is he allowed to go down to 2?
I think I'm allowed
Like,
to do
what
whatever
is
I
the
want.
cutoff here?
What is the cutoff? I mean, typically, I would say the lowest we usually have is like 2 to 3.
Out of 4 games, I think that's fair, Jim.
So 2. 2 is the cutoff.
It's 50%.
Before we call him like
That's 50%.
shameful.
That's 50% of the games, Jim.
All right, so 2. Anything lower than that, shame. Cone of shame.
Cone of shame. The dunce hat.
Do you think you
That
might
work?
catch me if I bet and lose?
No, that's the point.
No, that's the point.
Now you're just rubbing it in. It's that unwritten rules and stuff. The whole baseball thing and not taking a knee.
I mean, we have a lot of written and unwritten rules that we follow and don't follow.
Right.
Rules are meant to be broken, Jim.
Well, then we should be able to shame you.
Shame, shun the non-believer.
Yeah, cone of shame.
Does anybody remember what that's from?
No, Muff.
Okay. Moving along to this week's games, starting on Saturday afternoon, the Texans traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens favored by 9.5, over under 43.5. It is to be windy and cold in Baltimore. Of interest, the Ravens may have Mark Andrews returning, which would be positive for their overall pass attack, giving them a two-headed monster at the tight end position with Lively and Mark Andrews. Or likely. Lively. What's the man's name?
Isaiah
Adam
Likely.
Isaiah Likely?
Yes.
There we go. And the Texans may be without the services of Laramie Tunsil, who's questionable, and Will Anderson, also questionable for this game.
I still like the Texans plus 9.5.
Me too.
Love it.
Me too.
Like it, love it, gotta have it. I am on board. I think in a windy game, yes, the Ravens have an advantage with their rush attack, but I also think that just overall this game's going to be a dogfight. I say that the Texans keep it within a touchdown. Comes down to the fourth quarter. Saturday night, we have the Packers traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. 49ers favored by 9.5, over under 50.5. Rain, over 50% chance of rain in San Francisco. The Packers, Aaron Jones is questionable. I expect that he will play in the playoffs, but just know that he's got some type of ailment.
So one of you is going one way, one of you is going the other.
Yeah, I'm on the 49ers. I think they're just a wagon. They've had a week to get a little bit more healthy. The Packers, I think they're going to meet their match, right? They've done well. They're trending in the right direction. I think they just meet the match, and the 49ers just win by 2 touchdowns plus.
McCaffrey's healthy?
Yeah, he's playing. I don't care. He can be questionable. Take it all you want. I also do think in this game that it goes over the 50.5. I think that 49ers do go out, I think, relatively big. I think at halftime, the 49ers going to be up somewhere between 24-7, 24-14. I think the 49ers pour it on the third quarter, and then the Packers get some garbage time, get me over that 50.5.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm going with the Niners. That sounds like good logic.
Alex?
I am going to stick with Packers.
Because prizes?
Prizes. Cheeseheads. Because
Hilltop,
cheese.
Hilltoppers?
Cheese. Cheese. No, I think that the Packers are rolling. I don't think they win this game, but I see them being just annoying enough to hang around, and maybe I can see them being down 2 touchdowns at the end of the game and scoring like a garbage time touchdown and then trying an onside kick and losing it. That's like the game I envision.
It could definitely happen. It's the playoffs. Playoffs. Jim, you said you're going with the Niners?
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right. Into Sunday afternoon football. Interesting times on Sunday, 3 and 6:30 kicks. Starting with the 3 o'clock game, Bucks traveling to Detroit Rock City to take on the Lions. Lions favored by 6.5, over under 48.5. Weather will play a factor in this game from the airplane to the bus. And that is it. For anybody who's not seen or heard the clip of a reporter in Tampa Bay asking Todd Bowles what he was going to do to prepare the Bucks for the weather in Detroit, it's an all-time soundbite.
I like the Lions. I got to keep riding the train, I think.
All the way.
I am in agreement with both of you. I think the Bucks I'm not going to say they got lucky last week because they did what they had to do to beat the Eagles. I think the Eagles are just on such a downward spiral right now. Todd Bowles called a great game defensively, put them in a lot of great positions, put a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts, who was without AJ Brown. Unfortunately, he's going up against the Lions, and the Lions have all of their weapons. Laporta should be healthy for this game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery. Just pew, 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 toss out all the stops. Give me the Lions to cover as well. And in the 6:30 matchup, you have the Chiefs at the Bills. The Bills favored by 2.5. Over under 45.5. Bills Mafia is going to be out in full force. That will be as it will be windy, snowy, and cold.
I'm taking the under.
Yeah, I am.
Windy, snowy, cold.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking at as well. The Chiefs, I feel like the Chiefs have a very good opportunity in this game if their receivers can hold on to the ball because the Bills have just become decimated. They were already kind of thin in some of their linebacker and defensive back spots. And last week against the Steelers, they had more players go down and are questionable for this game, specifically in the quarterback room, the linebacker room, and in the defensive backfield in the safety area. Gabe Davis is still questionable for this game for the Bills. They have continued to roll on through. I think this is one of those potential Patrick Mahomes just gets them because the getting's there. And Travis Kelce has a huge game.
Can I just, before we like hammer this, we say this is our bets. Just want to remember the tiki-talkie and your boy Aaron has hinted at this tiki-talkie and conspiracy theory that the Super Bowl is supposed to be the Ravens 49ers.
Because of the color of the graphic.
Yeah. And we all are against the Ravens. But Alex is against both.
None of us are against the Ravens, Jim.
That's true. Fair point. Fair point.
We are against the Ravens
fair.
to cover.
That's fair. Good point. Good
I
point.
said they keep it within a touchdown, and it's going to be a close game in the fourth quarter.
Let's just remember the graphic before we do anything else.
Now, okay, if that comes to be, Jim, if the graphic does predict, at least by nature of the colors in the graphic, or at least the prominent colors, that's true. Where do you fall on the NFL's rig spectrum?
I mean, same place I've always felt.
That it
Shit's
is?
rigged. Yeah.
Who's in charge of the script? Is it Roger? Or does he have a team?
I think he's got executives.
He's got people.
He's got like analysts locked in the closet saying, which one will make us the most money this year?
Is that why the Chiefs? I mean, to be honest, if it was who's going to make us the most money, wouldn't it be the Chiefs?
America might be souring on them, you know?
Are they?
The Taylor Swift thing.
I was just going to say
you don't want
Taylor
to swag.
Swift.
You don't want to swag surf it, Jim?
Oh, man, that was
No.
wild, right?
Alex says no. Alex is all out on the swag surf.
I mean, I'm gonna catch a lot of bullets for that, for what I'm about to say, but I thought that was cool.
You thought it was cool that Taylor was doing it? You just thought the
Yeah.
environment was cool, like the whole thing.
Both, the whole thing. I thought the whole thing was cool.
I thought everyone except for Taylor Swift was cool.
I get it.
You were on Brittany Mahomes' side?
Yep.
What about Jackson Mahomes, who was probably up in that booth doing the same thing?
Gosh. I
Not
don't like it.
You on Jackson's side too?
I don't like any of them. The whole group. They're just attention seekers.
It's not the camera that finds them. They find the camera.
Exactly.
Alex, they're in a suite.
Exactly. They don't have to sit there. Doesn't Pat Mahomes' dad sit down in the stands? Someone could go sit with him, but they're not.
But yeah, I think that old man on the porch routine really,
it's
really getting you.
Pretty hard right now. Pretty hard. All right. Let's go into our best bets. Starting with me, not a lot to talk about here. Not too far removed from what I just said. I'm going to take the Texans plus 9.5, traveling to Baltimore. Packers, Niners, over 50.5. Niners to cover 9.5, hosting the Packers. Lions cover 6.5, hosting the Bucks, and the Chiefs Bills under 45.5. Jim?
I'm going to take the Texans plus 9.5. 49ers minus 9.5. The Lions minus 6.5. And the under in the Chiefs Bills 45.5.
Alex?
I am going to abide to Jim. I guess abide by Jim's rules, and I'm going to pick one from each game. So I'm going to go Texans plus 9.5, Packers plus 9.5, Lions minus 6.5, and Chiefs Bills under 45.5.
There's only one difference between you and I, Alex. It's impossible. There's not enough. There's not enough options
I
left
didn't
in
even
the
think
game.
about it.
Not enough options left in the game, even if I wanted there to be.
See, this is you guys wanted me to pick games.
Hey, you played your cards the right way, and I can't
Yeah.
call you a little bitch for not picking enough games. That was well done.
I did think about that at one point. I'm like, wait, if we all have similar bets, which I was on these were what I picked, but after I picked them, I was like looking at them and I looked at everyone else and I was like, wow, it's actually smarter than not picking.
Yeah, definitely. All right, which brings us into our specialty picks, starting with the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Pow 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 pow.
Oh.
Chiefs Bills under or Lions? Because I want to put forth the Texans as the Midwest mobster.
Ugh.
I mean, there's no. I
Or the Chiefs.
feel like the Chiefs are the closest bet we have as far as the closest to an even line. I mean, I'm definitely down for the Lions being the all-star.
Yeah, me too. I agree with
If
that.
that is agreeable, I'm
Yes.
on board.
I'm good with that.
As far as the mobster, the moneyline dog, to be consistent, we have been on the Texans for a long time for a lot of reasons. That being said, that's a big spread. It's a big spread to cover the money line on.
And we're going against the graphic. Like, we're going against the graphic, guys.
Do you agree with Aaron Rodgers on something?
Yeah,
I just want to be clear.
yeah.
So you believe you agree with him on all conspiracies?
No,
So either
no.
you do or you don't, Jim. Do you agree with him or you don't agree
It's not an all or nothing thing.
with him? Just a specific one you can get on board with.
Yes.
All right. Uh, is this coin
I mean,
worthy?
I like it because I really want the Texans to win. Like, that would be amazing for me.
Mm-hmm. Is this
Because
coin?
this,
Is this light worthy?
what's the other option?
Chiefs.
Yeah, I would submit to the light.
Alex, are you in agreement?
Yes.
Alex gets to choose. Who's the light?
Chiefs.
You're gonna let Travis Kelce, Brittany
He made his
Mahomes.
choice, man.
That's what came in my head and I just like to go with it. I don't like to
You don't like to stew on it?
nope.
Texans, it is.
Yeah.
We can't get away from them. We can't quit them. The Texans as the money line major dog alert, traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens.
All right. All right. I submit for the approval.
Of the Council of the North.
Yes. Of the Midwest Council. We put a 4-player anytime touchdown parlay together.
Okay.
Is this one from each game?
Yeah, sure.
I
All
mean,
right.
I'm not saying we have to. I'm just saying, is that the goal, or is this just we all pick one? It doesn't matter what game it's from.
I'm okay with whatever, however you want to do it. Anytime score
Anytime touchdown for the weekend.
for the weekend.
Okay, I don't think it has to be from one from each game.
Alex, what do you think?
I don't really care if it's one from each game or not so much.
And we're all picking one, and then
We'll just agree on one.
So yeah, most agree on one. Let's do a look at the odds here.
okay,
At
okay.
the anytime
Gotta make this good
TDs.
for radio, though.
Yeah, we will. Starting in, can we potentially come to agreement that our common pick is Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
Yes.
That was going to be my pick if it wasn't our common pick. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's tough to stay away from that one.
yes.
Okay, so let's start with Alex. Actually, no, let's
Okay.
go opposite. Let's go opposite order. Worst to first. The person who's worst needs the
Jesus.
better odds to work through this. So that would be starting with Jim, then me, and then Alex gets to go last because Alex is more often right than not right.
So I'm torn. I'm gonna go with David Montgomery.
Jim's going with David. What were you torn between? Who's the next one?
I'm on St. Brown.
So you're going with the Lions.
Yeah.
Okay, which then comes to me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with Travis Kelce.
Oh,
Hmm.
I'm doing it.
I
If you wouldn't have picked David Montgomery, Jim, I was gonna pick Jahmyr Gibbs.
okay.
But I can't. We can't do two running backs from the same team.
I
What game you thinking about, Alex?
I'm looking at because we have all other games covered. So
Gotcha.
because we've done that naturally, I was looking at the Texans Ravens game,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking between Gus Edwards
Mm-hmm.
and Nico Collins.
Mm.
And my heart's leaning Nico Collins. This
I
makes me
mean, without there's just not a lot of other options to get into the end zone for CJ Stroud.
I know. I think I'm just gonna do it. Nico Collins. Final answer.
Aside from Dalton Schultz, he's about the only other one that I would,
Yeah.
from the wide receivers or the receiver perspective. Ooh, baby, what are we gonna call this? Is this still Lolita, or we need to make a
This is
transition?
Lolita's last blow.
Lolita was
I'm the
about to go on
blowhole.
I understand. Lolita was about to go on a plane. Lolita's last
Lolita's
flight.
blowhole. Yes.
Be like, what airline was that? Where the side emergency door popped out.
This one is called Snakes on a Plane. Whales on a Plane.
There's too many whales on my fucking plane.
So to
One.
be clear,
One is
we got
enough.
Travis Kelce, Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, and Nico Collins.
That's it.
Anytime touchdown score this weekend.
Anytime TD. What's that odds, Jim? Did you pop it in?
1339.
That's pretty good. Good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Well, any other thoughts for the betting world?
Man, I hope that sucker hits.
That would be exciting.
So what's our order here? Nico Collins is first up on the docket,
Yep.
followed by Christian McCaffrey. Is that the Saturday night game?
Think so.
49ers?
Yes.
And the primetime game is Bills Chiefs, and the Lions are the Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The most risky leg of that is Nico Collins to
I
start
think
out.
so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, Nico and Travis Kelce are in a similar odds line.
Yeah. I think Nico's plus 130.
And Travis is like plus 150-ish. Ooh, buddy.
Alrighty.
About to get real heavy real quick. And as a reminder, make sure that when you listen to this, you follow all those action verbs: subscribe, comment, rate, review, poke, like, tickle.
Get the bell on.
Ding,
Get to
ding.
us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, watch on the YouTube, subscribe, and follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Do we need to update the graphic?
I refuse.
Is that still we
I
need that?
refuse.
You refuse? I think if anybody's going to update it, it's not going to be you.
I made this graphic, son.
I updated this graphic, son.
We are not changing the bird.
Even if it's not proper promotion,
We are not changing the bird.
it'll be Angry Bird.
Yeah.
Angry Bird all up in your face. But you can ride your way into the weekend all the way to the bank to get
A payday.